So the video that I was watching yesterday, the guy was talking about you need to do more to do better, and nobody's doing any of that. Where I don't know about you, but I know for myself, I'm always busy but never productive, and that hurts a lot. A lot of entrepreneurs are like that, because if we were productive, it would reflect in our sales. And based on the 4 things that you need, if people were to focus on that more than anything else, it would drastically change their business and grow their money. Like the man said, yo, create content, make more ads, increase your price, or increase reoccurring revenue from them. And what I noticed, he's literally doing all of that. Creates content, he increased his price, he does commercials, and he also has reoccurring revenue. And it just hit me now, because as I was talking to you, like these girls, they came up to me, they're like, oh, how can I increase my business or whatever? And I told them, listen, you gotta work on one of these 4 things, master it, and then you can move on to the next, and that'll help you grow your business. And just some young girls, right? And right now, when I was talking to you, what came to mind, as he said that in his video yesterday, boom, the feed now shows an ad of his, and it's just some stupid ad. And what made me think is, if you created 20 different ads for the week and tested it out on a day-to-day basis, you would increase your revenue. Why? Because it's trial and error. This didn't work. Okay, let me try the next thing. That didn't work. Okay, let me try the next thing. That worked. Okay, let me put some more money behind it. He's literally doing everything that he said people should do to increase their revenue. And it just made so much sense to me, because it's like, he said, yo, there's a bunch of you guys in this that are not going to do what I said to do. And that's just the reality of it. Even the book that I read, that I just finished reading, the guy's like, how come you guys are not doing what I told you to do? And they're like, yo, it's like not practical for us. Or it's like the fear of starting, the fear of messing up, all these things. That's what's literally holding people back all the time. But in order to get better, it's repetition. It's like going to the gym. It's like taking the same shot day in and day out, like what Kobe was doing, right? And as I seen that, I was just like, holy shit. The ad looked dumb, but the thing is, guess what? He's seeing all these eyeballs. It could be dumb to me, but then the next person sees it and says, yo, I gotta go do that, right? Somebody's probably even gonna copy his ad and do the exact same thing. If that ad brings in money, why in the world wouldn't you want to do something similar to what that person did? Also, he makes value content and he puts it on every platform. So like how you said you were seeing me on every platform, that's what he's doing. So TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, you're gonna always see his face. And the more times people see you, the more they're gonna be like, damn, like I can't get away from this guy. Okay, let me see what he has. There's something that says, if someone, like when you're with somebody or they see it, they consume at least 7 to like 11 hours of your content, they're around that point is when they're likely to buy. Imagine if he just keeps making these videos over and over again and you just keep seeing them, you're gonna just be like, yo, let me buy into this guy. And I was reading his book last night on top of that, because I was like, I need to go back and read this book to understand. When reading this book, it said something so key. It's like he kept trying and trying, hiccup, or not even hiccup, like massive fail, but it kept getting better each time he did it. And each time he did it, he was making more and more money, to the point where it's like his main focus, like when he starts the book, he said, listen, my goal is to help you make $1 million. And he's doing it at the lowest level possible. It's like, hey, if you can do this on your own, when you get to $1 million, reach out to me and I'll help you go from 1 million to $10 million. So essentially, and he doesn't say I'll like a coach, he's like, I'll invest in your business. And you know why? Because when you invest in a business, he's thinking long term. Because now imagine you're the next big thing, like how Apple was when Apple first came out with the iPhone. Apple was the biggest thing. Apple is now $1 trillion company. And the thing that I literally just seen this on Instagram. Some guy invested $250,000 in Apple when it first started. You know how much that's worth today? I don't know if he still has it, because I didn't read on, but that just caught my eye. It's worth $1.03 trillion. A $250,000 investment. He's playing the long game. His goal is to be the next Warren Buffett, but at a faster rate. So if you understand what Warren Buffett did and you can make that better, guess what? it's going to happen for you because you knew everything that he did and how to accelerate it. So instead of investing in the stock market, let companies come to you and pitch their idea. There's a lot of companies out there that are angel investors. So if somebody comes to you before any of that stuff happens and you're an early investor, guess what? You're making that money. And now let's say you put in 10, 20% and that gets a valuation of like 100 billion. You already have 20 billion on that. You literally became a billionaire by investing like 20 million. And he makes that type of money. So imagine yourself doing something like that, where it's like, he has the customers, he increased the value because if you don't have $1 million, you can't come to him. And when you do have $1 million, he's putting his money into your business, but it's gonna give him a 10x return because he already has the formula to get you from 1 million to 10 million. Imagine if you got 10 companies worth $1 billion and he has 10% in each of them, he makes $1 billion. He barely has to do anything because he has the companies doing everything for him. He's just giving them his formula and then they're implementing what he came up with. Everything that he said in that video is true. And it's like, if you don't start doing one of these things, none of them is going to work for you because you didn't put no effort into it. It's like, create content, create value content so people come and want something for it. Say, yeah. And with the creating the content, it's like give away something for free in exchange for their email. Because the moment you have them on your email, you own that traffic now. You don't have to worry about paying for ads or nothing. Imagine having 1 million, not even 1 million. Let's just use a small number. Imagine having 100,000 emails that you can email every day about an offer or giving them value. On 100,000, 10%, let's say it's only $1. That's $10,000. Every email you have is worth $1. So now if you charge $100, you went from making $10,000 to $100,000 off of an email, and you didn't put a red cent into advertising to these people because you already have their email address. You have their contact with them. Whereas if you want to reach 100,000 people, you got to pay that money. God knows how much you're going to pay for that, right? That eliminates thing if you capture the audience through content. Reoccurring revenue now, guess what he did? He partnered with somebody else that has an app or a website that does subscriptions. He said, you know what, I like this business model, let me invest in it. He became a partner with them, and so now he's the face of the brand, and he just keeps putting these commercials out or ads to get people to come into their community. And guess what, you got to pay monthly. Everybody that's in that thing is paying $100 a month. So $100 a month. So if you have 1,000 people, 100,000 people, you're making $1 million a month. It's a no-brainer for him. And based on that, he trains people. So now if you really are hitting the numbers, guess what happens? You get to be, or he'll say, yeah, you qualify for me to potentially invest in your company and help you get to the next level. Everything he's doing is strategic. And literally everything that he mentioned in that video, I took so many notes down. I was like, yo, this guy's literally giving away the sauce. And half of these people don't even know it. Like, not even half, maybe the majority. It's like, yo, do exactly what this guy said. So it's like, you have the content, the ads, increase the value, subscription. He checks off all 4 boxes. It's the hard part for us is starting with nothing. But if we put in the work that this guy did, because he said in 40 months, he went from 0 subscribers or 0 followers to like 2+ million people, and he put 40 months hard work into it. So imagine you put 40 months in, that's like 3 years of being consistent for him to get to where he's at. And now he's just making money like crazy. Mind you, like if he chooses not to work, he doesn't have to work, but he likes doing this stuff, and he just keeps growing and growing. I personally think he's gonna be the next richest, or the next richest person in the world based on his model that he's using, and people don't even know it. Like because I listen to him so much, I have his books, I can already see it. Like if it's not today, tomorrow, 10 years, I know it's gonna happen for him. Create enough ad creatives to just get people to see you, because the moment you got that first person to start buying, or a couple of people, and you put that back into it, you're laughing all day long, yo. Like, nobody's holding you back at that point. You're just making money like crazy at that point. And you just keep putting more and more back into the business, making things better, having a system. Even that when he was talking about he called it maker time and manager time. A lot of us, we either mix the two of them, or we're doing a lot of manager time stuff, which is not really helping us, and it's more maker time that we need to be doing. When you start putting in the maker time, that is the stuff that help grow your business. The manager time is just to keep everything how it should be running. And when you start mixing them up, or when you get distracted, like say for example, you say, all right, I'm going to be editing for like 4 hours straight for 2-3 clients. And then I call you and talk for an hour. I just killed your whole mojo to do your editing, because now that hour is gone and you can't do it now. And that's what happens to a lot of people. They'll get phone calls, they'll get distracted by social media, all these things. And it's like, yo, if you just really discipline yourself to do the things that's required, the results are just astronomical. And people don't even know. It could be a simple text message, but the moment you get that text message, it ruins everything for you. Like for me, I start seeing people call or emails, and then I'm immediately thrown off. The hard part is it takes you much longer to get back on track after being distracted. So that's why you have to set yourself up for success.